Hi, this is Scott Jordan, and you are watching live here at Cellars of Sonoma in beautiful Railroad Square, Santa Rosa, California. It's hot here today. And welcome everybody to TV Tuesday Live. This is the show where we taste wine, we talk about wine, and tonight it's all about Alexander Valley. But we did have to celebrate the fact that it was 98 degrees.
Absolutely, it's hot.
I mean, like stupid hot. And I was talking to Brad Harder, one of our guests and good friends and wine club member. And he had like 12 inches of snow yesterday.
Yeah, well, we were going to do coffee too, but we thought, we'll just stay with the cool drinks.
So we've got a little rosé and an umbrella, which is just appropriate. I could have been out in the pool all freaking day long today, and I'm telling you, I would have gotten fried. I mean, fried.
We were in Bodega Bay, so it was a nice 74 degrees
nice.
over there. Really crystal clear.
Wow.
Gentle breeze, but it was just gorgeous. But
here
we are now.
This is some pretty good stuff. So we got a big early summer thing, man. And we're gonna get it for a couple of days. Plus, the best thing is the Giants won again last night. So amen. Thanks to some new guy that came in and hit a home run into the Cubby Cove. So that was really cool. And but tonight it's all about Alexander Valley.
Great.
Alexander Valley, those of you that don't know, Karina, go ahead and throw that slide up with the appellations. If you look on the slide and look at, I don't even know, teal. It's a teal color, I guess. And you'll see Alexander Valley. It's to the, am I going this way? Okay. So it's up here. It's to the north and about 12, 14 miles from our location. That appellation up there, it's pretty warm. So, for example, it is probably still a clicking 85 out there.
Oh, well, it's 85 here, so I would think it's probably still in the 90s up there.
Yeah, so up in that region, because the fog rolls in late in the evening and burns off early in the morning. So it stays pretty warm in the summer. Very, very nice. Ideal for your big reds. However, as we're going to demonstrate tonight, we're going to taste the Sauvignon Blanc that actually is grown in that warmer climate. There are areas and pockets of the mountain ranges where there's enough afternoon shading that it protects the vineyard some, and you get away with Sauvignon Blanc. If you ever get up there, go over to Robert Young. We've been over there,
right?
And that's probably some of the nicest Chardonnay, which also comes from that region. But probably, I would say 90% of the fruit that you're going to see is going to be in your red varietals, your Bordeaux blends, Cab, Merlot, Petite, Cabernet Franc, Zinfandel, clearly Sirah, Petite Sirah. So we're going to taste Sauvignon Blanc, a little unusual for that area. We'll also taste a Zinfandel, Merlot, and Petite Sirah.
Yes, I was going to say, you didn't call Petite Sirah, but Petite Sirah is another big grower
Petite
up there.
Sirah, and so big reds, because the red wine grapes, those of you that don't know, they're a little thicker skinned, so they can take the intensity of the heat. Where Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, they're a little thinner skinned. They'll tend to burn a bit. You'll end up with some raisins on your vineyard if you get it too hot. So you don't really see them. That's why if you go over to the Napa Valley, for example, it's quite warm in most of that valley, except for when you get in the southern end. So you don't see a lot of Chardonnay. It's pretty rare to see Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc. Certainly don't see Pinot Noir. Pinot just can't take it. and so it gets they get fried.
Yeah, somebody was asking me the other day about, your sparkling wines, your champagne method type wines. What they do is they grow and source most of those grapes down in the Carneros region, down in the southern part between where Sonoma and Napa Valley come together. So, because the grapes are just a little more tender, so they need that cooling from the bay, and then that makes it so it's a little better and easier to use.
Yeah, so you got to grow. As we talked last week, we had these interesting Tennessee wines. Interesting.
I thought they were great.
I thought they were.
I thought
great
they were
too.
fun. They were just.
They
fun.
were interesting. Yeah. Anyway, but there's an example of very, very challenging weather patterns
Absolutely.
that doesn't allow them to be flexible like we can here. We can grow just about anything. In fact, I've proved it before, because one year when I did my tomatoes in my farm that I have a farm. It's 3 feet by 6 feet.
Big farmer.
Farm.
He's a big farmer.
So I grew tomatoes, and then I was lazy, and I didn't pull them out, and they just kind of fell into the ground and all that. Well, the next year I had a bunch of mutants, and they just came back. They just grew like just out of nowhere. I'm like, what in the heck?
Heirloom tomatoes
I'm
by
going-
Scott Jordan.
I'm going, this farming thing's easy. It's dirt and water. That's the easiest thing on the planet. But the weather's so perfect, I guess is my point, that it's pretty easy.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Alexander Valley is a beautiful valley in that it offers a lot of diversity. It's a pretty big area. It's about 32,000 acres, and it was established as an AVA in 1984. It was amended in 1986, 88, 1990, and 2001. And then there's a one next to the 2001. I don't know, maybe it got amended twice.
It's a footnote or
That's
some footnote or
kind of
something.
footnote. So the varietals that they claim grow up there is Barbera. Boy, you don't see a lot of that. Cabernet Franc, Cab, Carignan. That's typically a blending grape. Chardonnay, but I would bet most of that Chardonnay is Robert Young or Robert Young's clone,
Right.
for the hardiness that the grape grows in. Chenin Blanc, which you got to show me Chenin Blanc, and Gewürztraminer, you got to show me. I'd like to see that. Grenache, Malbec, Merlot, Muscat, Carnelli, Petite Verdot, Petite Sirah, Pinot Blanc, maybe. I don't know of any Pinot Blanc. It says Pinot Noir. Now, just so that you throw that slide up again with the side by side, Karina, just so that we're real clear of the AVA, the map. Now here they're saying Pinot Noir. If you look at the southern part of Alexander Valley, it overlaps into Russian Rivers right below that, and that's the perfect. Russian River is the perfect area for Pinot Noir. So when they say here Pinot, they're not talking about that upper area or on the east side at all. It's way, way, way too hot. Riesling, maybe. Sangiovese, sure. Sauvignon Blanc, which we're going to have in a second. And then Semillon, Syrah, Tempranillo, Viognier, and Zinfandel with a 3 next to it. No, they thought of it. No.
That's a third generation.
I haven't.
Zinfandel.
Oh, okay. I haven't been in college in a long time, ever.
So
I don't know.
actually, from what that says, then it's just about every varietal is growing up there.
Well, but again, I have to say, I might call
With an
foul-
asterisk.
Yeah, with an asterisk.
With maybe a 4.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot. It's very little, if any. You just don't. And the reason, here's the other reason why. The land costs in that region are unbelievably expensive. So you don't want to put this is a $24 Sauvignon Blanc. You don't want to put a $24 Sauvignon Blanc when I can put a Petite Sirah and get 35.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So you're occupying land for a varietal that's not going to pull enough price point. And it's a limited in the market selection too.
Well, of course, though, it also depends on whether or not your father planted that Sauvignon Blanc.
Well, you go beat him over the head and say,
He hasn't allowed you to pull him out yet.
Yeah, it's like,
put
come
in the
on.
Zinfandel, you know. So.
Yeah, you make sure you got power of attorney.
Nice nose. Nice nose.
Yeah, so this is, part of this is barrel fermented and barrel aged. This Sauvignon Blanc is not your overly grassy, no dying. I've never lost anyone. No one's ever died on this truck.
Don't die, Brian.
Excuse me.
You don't see
Went down the
Dan
wrong.
rushing to help him.
Went down the wrong pipe there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Somewhat you are.
She's on her phone right now to the insurance guy. Are you sure? Is it really covered? Okay. Coughing on wine? Oh, perfect.
Yeah, be careful.
So this is Alexander Valley 2011. This is produced by Joseph Jewell, one of our vintners here in the room. One of the characteristics that you're going to notice through all of these wines, and it's a characteristic of the soil and the terroir of Alexander Valley, and it's a soft finish. You'll notice a nice soft finish to all of these, including a wine like this that most Sauvignon Blancs don't have really a long finish, but this is soft, and that gives it away to being Alexander Valley.
It's a good balanced finish.
Yeah, and with the weather like you have today, man, do you want this, right, Nita? Is this
Put a strawberry in it.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Yeah.
delightful. Maybe we should eat some chocolate covered strawberries.
Lord knows we do have them in the fridge downstairs. Did you already peek? You did, huh?
No.
You
I saw
did.
them yesterday.
You know what's funny? Because for the last 2 or 3 weeks now, this peanut over here, who she weighs like 80 pounds, was on some kind of a feast, some kind of a fast,
It was a
feast,
cleanse.
fast, a cleanse. I don't know what you get.
I wouldn't call it a feast.
Yeah. She was not eating food or something, purging. She was eating some other weird stuff.
not purging.
No, but you were just eating like the oddest. It was awful. Anyway, you couldn't have any wine. Although I did notice you had some last week, and you were
tasted
excited.
And I spit a little bit. And I realized that was not fair.
Notice I don't have a dump bucket today. Anyway. So Alexander Valley fruit, Sauvignon Blanc. It's summertime here, man.
Right.
I mean, it's for us. We're not going to see rain now until the end of October. So
Don't
almost,
curse us, Scott.
huh?
Don't curse us.
What the heck? When was the last time? The last time it rained was when we went to the Jazz Festival, and it would rain on Jazz Festival Day, and that's Memorial Day weekend. That's the only weekend that it could rain, because it's kind of weird. I don't know why that happens here. We get that weird sometimes, like it'd be like but it's a little shower and then it's gone. It's no big deal.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had a weather event the other day, and I mean, it got like 4 drops on my windshield, and it was cloudy until 11, and then the sun was out, and the breeze was there, and it was like gorgeous and cool.
No, I had to wash my car today because of that stupid, little drop here, little drop there. Didn't rain enough to. If it rained enough, I just put soap on it and then it's done.
Yeah. Well, and as long as if you have dust but no drops, they don't know it's dusty. But when it drops on the dust,
Yeah.
now you have little targets on your car,
It's
and
just-
then you have to wash it.
Yeah, what's not good. So.
We digress, but this is
So
really nice.
yeah, lovely example of different styles in Sauvignon Blanc. This gives you a nice soft finish, not overly grassy, so you're not doing the New Zealand style. Great value, $24, $20.40 if you're a Cellar Club member. Cannot go wrong. Part of the reason that we're talking about Alexander Valley is that if you are coming up to wine country this weekend, you need to get a ticket to an event called the Taste of Alexander Valley. It starts on Friday with a dinner that I'm going to be able to go to. I think my wife and I are going to go because one of the wineries that she's associated with is having something to do. Anyway, they have a dinner on Friday and then a wine tasting on Saturday and Sunday. Tickets are whatever they are, I don't even know, but it's well worth it. Each of the wineries will have food and they'll have, of course, their Alexander Valley wines. There'll be some barrel tasting. There'll be some cave tastings, live music, food and stuff. I mean, real fun. It's probably one of the premier events that you'll go to in wine country,
Right.
By a mile. If you've not ever been to Alexander Valley, I went on Mother's Day. In fact, we closed the tasting room, and I took my wife. My boys got together with us on Saturday, and that left my wife with nothing to do. And I said, well, then I'm not going to work. I closed the tasting room, and we got in the car, and we went to Chalk Hill Winery, went to Lancaster, very, very cool, and we went to Robert Young, and we went to Hawks. So if you ever want to go to Alexander Valley, just give me a call. I'll show you the route to go. It was just magnificent. Tasted some absolutely killer wines. I mean, just some really beautiful places. It was quite nice, and it's so pretty out there. I mean, it really is.
And you need to take your wife out more on the.
Oh yeah, no, we had a great time. It was awesome. It was epic. We had a really fun Mother's Day fun. Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, it was cool, man. It was great.
We're working on him, Ange. We're working on him.
Yeah. And then I cooked her dinner, and stuffed chicken with stuffed lobster and crab, and I bought it that way, but I cooked it.
I wasn't pressing you on the details. You could have gotten away with it.
In fact, I didn't know. Actually, it just looked kind of cool. I didn't even actually know what was in it until we ate it, and I went, "Wow, that's lobster." Oh, isn't that interesting?
That's
Okay,
funny.
I hope you loved it, honey. I caught the lobster earlier in the day, and she didn't buy that and said, "Be gone." And she made some other comments. But yeah, we bought some really cool wine. It was really fun. We had a good time. That's a great little run. I
Yes.
haven't been up that way. And my first visit at Chalk Hill Winery, actually, I had never been there.
Oh, is that right?
No, never.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Fantastic. It's one of the Foley properties, and they own a bunch of different wineries and resorts, and it's just magnificent. Very well done. They had a neat little food pairing, which was kind of cool, with a rosé. We got some rosé. It was in fact, it was a rosé of Malbec.
Yes, a Malbec Rosé. That's what
Right?
they use. Yes.
Oh, that was fantastic.
We had a bottle of that the other day. So.
$20 over at Chalk Hill.
At Chalk Hill.
Yeah, we had it the other night.
Really wonderful. We sit on the patio with the umbrellas and the vineyard and all that. Yeah.
Did you get to go up to the equestrian center?
My wife asked me about that, and I said, "Well, I don't care. I just whatever."
Oh, you should have gone. I mean, it's just the
Okay.
views from up there are just
Yeah, but
fantastic.
I can go there anytime I want.
Anyway,
All right, so Sauvignon Blanc, great value. Enjoy that. This is an example. Small production, a couple hundred cases. That's all that they made. So Alexander
I
Valley.
accidentally put them in the wrong order. Grab the third one.
Why? What did I do?
I accidentally put them in the wrong order.
Oh, is this the Zinfandel? Oh, you did. Oh,
So this
dang
is,
it.
it's the largest and most fully planted wine region in Sonoma,
It is.
Sonoma County.
This is, if you like a jammy, Zinfandel comes in different profiles, I guess. Dry Creek, you're going to get a little more black pepper, but Alexander Valley, you're going to get most of the time pretty big and jammy. This bad boy is big and jammy. There's nothing wimpy about this wine right here. 2007, quite a nice vintage year. Although I must say, I had on Mother's Day, that rosé was 2013, which is my first 13 that I've had. And wow, man, I'll tell you what, 12, 13,
they're going to be stellar
they're
years.
rock out. But you know what? Here's a 7. And look at the fruit. It's magnificent. The nose, it just absolutely jumps right out of the glass. And, well, let me taste it.
Oh, it's $65, by the way, in advance for the weekend for Taste of Alexander Valley.
Oh, 65 for the whole weekend?
In advance, 75 at the door.
Oh, really, if you're going down
For the whole weekend.
if you're going to be in this area, any of you that are watching right now that are going to be in the area, you don't go to that, you're crazy. I think I'm going to go on Sunday. Actually, I was going to close the tasting room again and go on Sunday because
Maybe I'll go.
Karina wanted to go.
I do.
Yeah. Okay. So
We could do
we'll
that.
see. We can do that. We can do that. This is pouring fantastic. This is pouring really elegant. So what you're going to notice though in this wine is you're going to notice more of that Alexander Valley soft velvety finish. That's a characteristic, and you're going to see it in the next two wines too. It's a characteristic of the grapes grown in that region over there. They're just magnificent. They're really fabulous. But this is aging quite nice. You could probably put this down another 5 years, and I wouldn't have any problem at all. Right?
I would definitely lay it down for a little while. But it's good.
See, I
balanced,
like
it's a
big
little
and
tannic,
I
but
like
just-
big tannic
this-
wines.
yeah.
I mean, the bigger the bolder. You can't scare me with a big. Although I must say, we did a tasting last week, and we were tasting this wine that we're looking at for here, and we hit the Sirah, and that floored me, man. That just like freaked me out. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't even. I had to put it down. I said, "This is crazy. There's no way. That thing is so wound up. It's unbelievable." But you know what it did? It opened up, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it just sat there for about an hour, and then it was
Yeah.
starting to tame itself down,
Yeah.
and it was great.
Sometimes you just got to give it a chance, you know. I'm becoming a believer of what Heidi Barrett talks about is she doesn't like to decant wines. She's absolutely adamant about it, does not like it. She wants it to naturally open up on its own. And I'm kind of leaning in that direction a little bit, like just give it a break, man. Let the thing just kind of get with and enjoy the progression of the wine as it starts to open up. You start pumping all this air in there, and you start putting it in the decanter and then taking it out and flipping it in and going back and forth and doing all that stuff. You're rushing the process, and that's her argument, and I'm kind of liking that.
Well, yeah, and
I'm
I
not,
think it's,
you know.
I think it's because you kind of miss out of that progression of the wine.
Yeah.
When you first open it, you get that concentration of the nose and the different aromas, and then as it opens and as it tames itself, as those bouquets kind of come out of it and settle down, you actually will see the wine transition from something that's really tight to something that just becomes really smooth and soft and velvety and just linger on the tongue to where it's another one of those that you say, I'm glad I had this tonight as you
Yeah.
go to bed. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Is that what you do?
That's
Then
right. You know, well, I mean, you know, when you have a passion for wine, when you go to bed at night, you want to be able to say, God, I really like that Zinfandel. And my wife. My wife more than my Zinfandel, but you know.
See, my wife's taller than me, so I start with my wife and then go
There you
to
go.
one shot and I'm toast. So yeah, wow, this is really pouring really well. So if you want a jammy Zinfandel, elegant finish, this is going to rock your house. Now you can go as big as crazy as you want with this in food pairing. So in food pairing, you can really get creative because you can go real spicy.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll hold in there just wonderful. So get real creative, put some goofy stuff in there and heat up that
a
sucker.
really good,
Right?
succulent grilled lamb. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
spices and onions and potatoes and carrots all in a big pot that you just kind of like let it savor and just kind of like, what's the braise? Is that what they call it? Braising when it's slow,
braise.
kind of cooked slow. I mean, you know, I
Yeah,
can
just
describe what
load
I
that-
like to eat.
load that
but it's,
puppy dog up, man.
Yeah, this will definitely stand up to that.
It'll stand
lamb.
up. You can throw anything you want at it. It'll be fine. And it's got lots of life. So don't worry about aging. You know, we worry a little bit about, you know, we hear about Pinot and Zinfandel. You know how long. This has got a lot of life left. You know, 07 was a pretty good vintage. You're about to, as I said earlier, we are heading into two fantastic vintages that you're going to just love the vintage of 12 and 13. And in the reds, which we haven't even really seen yet, have got to be absolutely off the Richter scale. So this is a really neat opportunity. You've got some older wines that are holding in wonderful, and you've got some current stuff that's gonna rock your house.
Oh, absolutely.
It's gonna be amazing.
These are the kind of things that you want to make sure you start building your verticals with.
Yeah.
You know, start buying them, keeping a few of them behind,
Yeah.
so that
I
as
have-
they
I have some
progress.
of these. See, I have. See, you guys don't even know this stuff. See, this is the stuff that you don't even know. For example, of this wine, okay, I've got.
You left the camera shut.
I know. I noticed. I know
you're-
Karina's not
We
helping.
noticed
me one
that you're
bit.
a camera girl. She just follows it. You know.
No, that's okay. So I've got 5 and 6 right here.
There
right
you go.
Here. Is it there? Is it there? Hello? Is it there? Hello? Is it there? All right. So I got 5 and 6, nice vertical. 5, 6, and 7.
There you go.
Your Zoom is way too slow, by the way.
All right.
It
Well,
is.
whatever. I'm holding it
No,
as
it's
steady as I
working.
can.
Coming in clear.
I know. I'm trying. I'm going. Oh my gosh, it's there. So I have these. So and there's not a lot of them. There's only whatever's over there. But this is what you want to serve in your meal plan. How cool! You'd be the coolest person in town. Okay. And this 5 is. I can't hold it anymore.
Okay, good.
This 5 is still super tannic. This 5 was a lot like 7. 7 was this really elegant, and so was 5. But I have to tell you, and we've talked about this, 2006, mark my words, that is going to age fantastic. I like those wines a lot. What the hell? What are you doing?
I think we need just a little splash here, just because it's opening. Because we have to make
I
sure.
thought it was open plenty. Got a question there, sis?
I do.
Fire it up.
The question comes from Dan. He wants to
Throw it up
know-
on you.
I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead. You can do it. Come on.
Really scary.
Here
It's
she
really
comes.
funny.
Close to my face.
Go ahead.
It's not. They love to see you. I did that for a reason. So cool.
It's
What's the question?
frightening.
That's
Oh
okay.
God, and
Go
it's
ahead.
so loud. Okay, so Dan wants to know if we have weekends or events every weekend during the peak season.
If we have
Events.
events every weekend,
Like during the peak season.
darn near. And I can tell you one thing: if you're gonna come, first of all, if you're making plans to come to wine country, please call me first. I'll be happy to research for you and get you hooked into the right events. You don't want to come here the day after we had a really great event.
Yeah.
You just don't want to do that because you're some of these are pretty cool. And if you're a wine club member and we like you a lot, maybe you can hang with us. We go to these hospitality events. Maybe we'll sneak you into one of those. Those are fun, very exclusive, very fun. But there's a lot, yes, going on, and it continues all the way through. I added another lobster lunch, by the way. I added, what did I add? July
July or June?
12th. July 12th, I added at Bono Winery. I
Okay.
added it today.
Oh, good.
So that's
We had
really-
talked about the 19th of June, I think.
No, that was July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, I have no problem with July.
12th and 19th
That's
was
good.
what I was looking at.
Okay. So the
So we did
19th,
The 12th.
do it the 12th.
12th.
The 12th
It's
of July.
the 12th of July.
The 5th of never. So, yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, July 12th.
So July 12th, another lobster lunch. So sign up for that. You'll be able to do that online. I'll send a little email blast out, so we'll get you guys on task for that at the Bono property down in Los Caneros. Beautiful spot,
Beautiful.
fantastic. John's a great host, and you'll get a neat vineyard tour, and we'll have oysters on the half shell, and artisan cheeses, and lobster, and lots of wine, and oh gee, bummer.
And now that I know where it is, I won't get lost. So.
Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, I never saw a bunch
Might
of
as
people
well talk about the date of the other one
you
as
know.
well.
Yeah.
And the other lobster lunch, of course, is August. They could hear you say that, by the way. August 9th at James Family Cellars. That is our sixth anniversary of doing that event. 6 years we've been doing that in his vineyard, and that's pretty cool. It's into August, so it could be really nice. That's a little cooler region over here in Cotati, but in August it's real nice, and the vines are just lush. They probably hadn't harvested yet, and so it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, you're going to get, if you've never really hung out in the middle of the vineyard, that's pretty cool. Forget about all the other cool stuff. The vineyard is just fantastic at that time of year. So a neat little treat, fun time, and if you want to, Father's Day is coming up. We did the Mother's Day gig, and now Father's Day is coming up. Buy Dad a cool present. You want to buy somebody a present? That's a great present.
Sure. Yeah. And Jeff and Judy James are just wonderful people. They're just, you will love them. So.
And I would have poured their wines, but they don't make anything in Alexander Valley. So.
That's
all
okay.
right. So
they understand.
Wonderful Zinfandel, $32 retail, $27.20 if you're a Cellar Club member. If you're not a club member, you're missing all the perks. It's all about access. You get 16 bottles a year. You get up to 15% off in your wine, 20 on reorders. I mean, there's nothing better than that. And take advantage, because when these wines are gone, they're gone, Jay.
Yeah, just a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to a couple that came into the cellar here, and they were asking about some older vintages of some of our winemakers, and I just told them we just don't have them because they don't last.
No.
They just, we may have
They're
them for a
gone.
year or two,
I'm
but
telling you,
then
they're
they
gone.
can be gone just like that. So,
Karina,
take
you had a
advantage of-
question there, sis?
I did. The question's from Giselle, and he wants to know how the Deering wines are doing in the winter.
Excellent.
The Deering wines, just so that we remind you guys, that's our newest vintner. They make currently 5 wines, but they've got a bunch of stuff in the pot working that are going to be really amazing. But they have Grenache Blanc, 2012. The fruit comes from Santa Barbara. Pretty unusual to find Grenache Blanc. You don't find any around here. That's why they went to Santa Barbara. They make a Pinot Noir from Russian River. It's over there. It's fruit from right next to Hopkiln. What's Rocchioli?
Rocchioli.
Yeah, Rocchioli fruit. Fantastic Pinot Noir. They make a Zinfandel from Mayakama, which is where their property is, up on the mountain. And then they make a Bordeaux blend, red, called the Ideal, from the property as well, with 4 or 5 grapes in it. And then a Cabernet Sauvignon that kicks pretty good. And maybe you might get that in your wine club shipment in June. Maybe. Wouldn't that be cool? Well, we're going to see. Well, I don't know how much they have left. The wines are doing fantastic.
Shouldn't the staff try that again?
I think
Because I wasn't here.
Try
I wasn't
one
here.
again.
And I was
The
not
Cabernet.
here.
I wasn't here when when you guys tried the
No,
Cab.
what the staff is going to do is we're going to
We're
go.
gonna food
We're
pairing.
going to go to the property, up on the mountain,
There you go.
in the vineyard, and taste the wines up there with,
Todd.
with Todd
Hopefully I'll
and
be able to go.
I think that's a good idea. So, is she going to be able to bring her scooter?
maybe. No. On a scale of 1 to 10, 0. No. No. Up on the mountain, because we want to see the property, because we want to do, we're going to scout it out for an event up on the mountain, which would be just very cool. So, yes, thank you for asking. They're doing extremely well, which we knew right out of the gate.
And this we're drinking.
This is Merlot. Now, okay, number 1, I hate that movie. Okay, it killed the Merlot market, and it's still killing it. On the shelf, Merlot does not sell. In here, though, people get to taste it. Different story. First of all, I love all of the Bordeaux grapes, and I don't argue. I tend to try to disagree with Heidi Barrett because she won't make a Cab Franc because it's not a complete wine. But I like Cab Franc and I like Merlot. I always have. I started in this business working for a winery in Napa called Pine Ridge, and they made fabulous Merlot, just fantastic. And I really learned to really appreciate, and I really like Merlot. This is Alexander Valley fruit, of course. It's Merlot 2007. Not a bad vintage year. $28 retail, $23.80.
Nice.
You know, you get a little hint of the cocoa and chocolate in the nose, and big blackberry fruit. Wonderful soft finish again. Remember that finish? I said it's there. That's a nice, long, lingering finish. Wonderful example of fantastic fruit. Not a huge production. I don't even know what the production is on this. Not huge.
Couple
But
hundred cases. I
a couple
think.
hundred cases at most. I do know that there will be a limit on this wine because I think if there's any 2008 in the bottle, that's all there is forever.
Not gonna make it anymore.
Here's the reason why. It's that stupid damn movie. They tea-butted the vineyard over to Pinot Noir. They tea-butted the vineyard over to Pinot, is what they did.
Really?
Yes.
Delicious.
That's not the
So
point.
is this.
But this is
Yeah, it's
wonderful.
really
I would never have abandoned that for Pinot in a million years.
Sure.
And they did. They tea-butted it over. It's right on the border of Alexander Valley and Russian River, so it's you could technically go either way. Yeah, I mean it's literally on the freaking line, so they can go either way and calling it one or the other. Yeah, they tea-butted it. Tea-butted it. So tea-butted means that what they simply do is they leave the rootstock in and they graft in the new varietal. You lose one vintage and you're rocking and rolling. So that's kind of what happened on. So sad.
So
But-
stock up.
So actually, I think this is the last vintage. I think 7, because 8 they tea-butted and 9 they produced, and I think that's how that. But you know, again, this is a wine you got lots of life left. Oh my God. Oh, love that. Okay, so now if you guys are also coming up, if you're coming up for the event, or if you're not going to go up for the event, and you're going to come here for live music, this week we've got a bunch of our regulars. We've got Ricky Allen Ray on Thursday. We've got John Pita on Friday, and we've got Falcon Christopher on Saturday. You know, you guys you have no idea
Boring.
how. Yeah, right. Boring.
You've got some great new stuff.
I have I have some of the best musicians in the entire county. I mean, I really do. And
Well, Chief, tell us about it.
well, they're just amazing. I have everything under the sun, but Falcon Christopher's
I
pretty
love
unique.
them.
That's a great show. They just pull it all out, man. They rock out. His son plays, he plays bass. He's 12 years old or 10 or whatever that kid is, and he just rocks. I mean, he's not like some weird thing where
He's a great little singer too.
He can sing, and now he's playing keyboards and he plays drums and. Well, they've got him solo in some of the. It's great. Anyway, come and hang out with us. We also have food. If you get hungry, we've got paninis. I'm actually experimenting. Karina turned me on to. I wanted to do pizza, and so we tried doing pizza, and the dough thing is a little bit much. It's just another step of kind of. It's too complex. I don't have a full-time chef that I can, So Karina came up with a sourdough pizza, and so sourdough sliced bread and we make it into pizza, and we can actually do that. And we're gonna test it. We're gonna test it this week. So when you come in the tasting room, you cheapskate, you're gonna get a free. I'll give you a little free. We'll call it sourdough pizza. We'll call it something cute that we have.
Focaccia.
Huh?
Focaccia.
Forgotcha?
No,
I
no,
forgot
forget
you.
it.
Well, if I could, I forgot you. I don't know, whatever. So anyway, we're gonna experiment with that because I know you guys get hungry and you want to have comfort food, and want to have some fun stuff. I dig pizza. I'm just, it's not in my diet, but I dig, I do.
What
enjoy
happened
them.
to Taco Tuesdays?
Oh, Taco Mess
The
Tuesday.
winter thing.
It's
Oh,
so
messy.
messy. It's
Yeah.
like the messiest thing on the
It is,
planet.
it is, it is.
There's crud, and the next day I'm looking around the room going, what the heck just happened?
It is.
Yeah, it's not clean.
Not good. Not
I
good.
want something I can put together. It's gone. It's in a box. Or whatever we're doing with it gone. It's just it goes away.
Now, do we still have Third Thursday Wine Club come in and?
Yeah, now, which I looked on my calendar. This is one of those weird months where there's 5 weeks.
Yeah, every month has huge weekends.
Well, this is 5 weeks. There's 5 weekends, so I got kind of lost in the weekend thing. So, those of you that are wine club members, hello. Those of you that are wine club members, and you haven't picked up your wine club shipment, for the love of God, please. Come in and
I'm
get
gonna pick it up.
Get in
We need
here.
the space.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Like I'm a storage. It's getting kind of funny. There's some of you out there, you, that go back like a year and a half. Like, really? How could you possibly pay for this? You paid for it. The wine's paid for it. And you leave it here like it's fermenting. It's just sitting here growing. I don't know what the heck you're doing. And then what's going to happen? They're going to pick up their wine. They're going to go, oh, let me get a case of that. I'm like, what? That was sold out like a year and a half ago. You missed it, you crazy person. Get in here and get your wine.
And quite honestly, some of those that's been here a year and a half, some of their
No,
wines
they-
are starting to taste pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
I know. Yeah, so you thought you had 4 shipments in there? No, you had 2. Because 2 evaporated. So I'm going to just drink them on the show. Just if you don't, I'm just going to go. This is from Mary, and she's way late. We're
Thank
drinking
you,
her wine.
Mary.
Thank you,
Yes.
Mary. Have a nice day.
I'm so
So-
glad I'm your sidekick. I get to drink them with you, so you know. It's
Oh,
all right.
that's true. I hate when you do that. Anyway, so here's what we decided to do. We decided to have a pickup party on the 3rd Saturday of the month, and this Saturday is the 3rd Saturday. So what we'll do is you get a complimentary panini of your choice. So we'll cook up some food for you. If you want to bring a guest, you can bring a guest. It's $20 if you bring your guest because it includes the wine of all 4 wines in the shipment plus some library wines, and then it includes a panini of their choice as well. Where can you go and do that for a hot $20?
Have a fun time.
So, and a great time. We'll have the music blasting. We'll be outside because it'll be hotter than crazy stuff. So you can sit outside and have some wine and your food, and come inside and watch the Giants. You can do any of that stuff. It's really great. And that'll be Saturday from 1 to 4. Please come and do that and get your wine
What
out of
happened?
here, will you?
What happened to our heads?
Dropped him off. I was tired of looking at him.
Oh. What you guys don't know is we're looking at a big screen.
Oh, there it is.
And they had our heads cut off, but our heads are not cut off to you.
The headless horseman. You know.
That's very strange.
All right.
Okay, all right. So back to Merlot
And Alexander Valley.
and Alexander Valley. They couldn't hear you, Nita. They could
Yes,
not.
they
No, they could not hear you.
They heard me.
Okay. So the forgotten fruit, Merlot, it does exist, and when you get some and you like it, you just need to buy it, and it's reasonably priced, man. It's $28. Now, one of the things we talked about 3 weeks ago, I said I was going to go shopping to Safeway or to Beverages and More, to another store, and try to find a comparative set to James Family's 2009 Pinot Noir. It had to be from either Russian, I extended it to Russian River and Sonoma Coast, but it had to be 2009, it had to be estate, and it had to be $27 or less a bottle, and I cannot find it.
I couldn't either. I looked
I
everywhere.
looked everywhere. I could not find anywhere. I own the only bottles of 2009. They're for sale here at $27. You're not going to get a better buy because I can't find it. I looked. Now you can get some cheapy, but it's not a state. It's not a state grown. It's not a state grown, so that you're not going to take me on that.
Yeah, it's
And I even looked in the $38 category, could not find one.
I thought I found one, and I thought, That's it. I'm taking it. I actually bought 2 bottles because I wanted to keep one for myself.
Yeah.
And then I got it, and then like brain freeze. It's like, it's a 2012.
Yeah, they're all 2012.
Yeah, they're all 2012. There's no
11s.
2009.
I saw some 9s, but they were Mendocino, and that's not a fair fight. So I mean, I would have killed that. Because I want it to be fair. I'm going straight up, and I'm just telling you, I'll do it blind, but I'll bet you that James will beat out in the blind tasting. And I'll let the guests do it too.
Maybe
but I can't find one. So
maybe what we ought to do is just kind of like bring it up, is to say, okay, fine, let's get whatever vintage we can find, and let's kind of go with that.
No, the other thought I had was this. I'm going to go out more to visit some more wineries. Tis the season. The place I'm going to find it is at the actual wineries. I'm not going to find it in the store, in the grocery stores, or the big places, because they're dealing with current vintage stuff. They don't deal with older vintage, so likely I'm not going to really find I could be here forever. But I do want to do the blind tasting, because I want to show you that we have some premier winemakers in here, and they make some darn nice wines. And when you can get something that nice at that price point, you're crazy not to snag it up, because you can't go and just walk in the store and buy it. I mean, I'm just telling you. If you find one, let me know and I'll go buy it. But I sure the heck, I almost pulled the trigger on one as well. But then the same problem.
Yeah.
It was 2011. I'm like, that's not a fair fight. That 9's gonna kill it. But that won't even be fair.
Well,
I
I was so impressed with the 12. I thought maybe it would do that, but then I thought, no, it's still not going to do what we wanted to do. Be fair. So.
All right, now this is a really cool varietal. This is a Petite Sirah. Now, one of the questions that come up all the time, and I'll just tell you the answer so you can get rid of that. What's the difference between Syrah and Petite Sirah? They're just 2 different varietals. It has nothing to do with anything other than that. It's not that it's some tiny little berry. They're all relatively small. But color is a real issue, because baby Lou, that sucker is. So in Petite Sirah, they kind of use it in 2 different areas. They use it as a blender. So let's say that you have a Syrah and you're tasting along, and you've also been aging a Petite Sirah at the same time. You can use the Petite Sirah to add a little color or a little texture or a little tannin or a little structure to a wine, because it's a relatively tannic wine. I mean, it typically is. And so you can do that. But when you get one that's really soft, yeah, you might as well make it into a varietal. And that's pretty damn soft. Yeah. Now, it's super dry. It's gonna pucker your mouth up, just something fierce, okay? This is clearly, again, not for me, because I don't drink anything, I'm just crazy, but this is a food wine that you really want to pair up in your meal plan, and pair it up. So if you were real creative or a really good chef, or knew a good chef, you could take all 4 of these and integrate them in the beginning and end of your, because I kind of put them in the order that you would like to have eat. You could integrate that throughout your meal plan, but you want something pretty darn big at the end here. This is
this is another grilling type wine. Yeah. This is a big ribeye, a lot of juice, a lot of rare. Just done right at that perfect medium rare type texture with
But if you like those stinky cheeses, you could almost lean toward the stinky, which I there's certain things that I don't do. Brussels sprouts, that's one. Don't do that.
Hey,
No.
Brussels sprouts.
Can't go there. Can't go there.
Seasonal vegetables.
That is not a seasonal vegetable.
That's not-
That's a sin.
No,
When you
it's
go out
bad.
to eat, they give
There's
you
nothing.
Brussels sprouts.
There's
No way.
nothing cool. I just can't go there. And overly stinky cheese freaks me out. Now I've been maneuvered because I have had some people that have prepared stinky cheese things within other things, and I get caught in. But for me to grab a blue cheese thing and just go, it'll get right about here, and that's as far as it's going, because it's not going down, because it just stops, and your husband just, but he knows I hate it. So, but every once in a while, if we get like hot wings, I have to ask him. But then he goes, no, I would never do that. And I'm thinking, yes, you would.
Not Russ. Russ wouldn't do that.
You would. Yes, you would. You'd set me up in a minute. But I smell it just a minute. No, he loves me. He wants to see my ears burn. But this would be something that you could put a stinky cheese with it. And think about red wines. You don't have to be so traditional that it goes with just the steak. It could be an after dinner kind of thing with that stinky cheese. And cheese is a great way to end your meal. So don't listen to me because I hate that. But go but use that, because this would stand up just fine with that.
This I think would go really well with a bittersweet chocolate. With like strawberries, something as a dessert, something.
The ones that are in the fridge downstairs
but you
that are
don't
already
wanna-
done, they're already made up. They're already made up.
Yeah,
Why are we not eating those?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Go
I
get them.
think
They're in the
that'll
fridge.
bring them in,
They're in the fridge, man. Hurry up. Go get
I mean,
them.
we still have 9 minutes left.
Yeah, we got 9
Madam
minutes to
Producer,
eat them bad boys, right?
But
No, and I'm a real. I'm not that traditional in my meal planning. I like to mix it up a little bit. It's not always Chardonnay goes with fish, and
oh no.
I don't. It's like I really. I do like to mix it up a tad, and there's nothing wrong. You don't have to go to port to finish your meal. You could go to something like this that's big and hearty, and integrate some cheeses.
Absolutely.
And the bottom line is, if I'm in a dinner party and I've drank through all these, you're probably going to suck me into the damn thing anyway. So, what's the big deal, right? I'm just going, okay, well, I do like it. Jeez, I like that new cheese. Next day I wake up and go,
Oh, absolutely.
oh, my clothes stink. I'm going to
Yeah,
rub
but-
that on my beard, and like, ugh.
The last 4 or 5 days, we've been kind of been out tasting wines all over Alexander Valley. Dry
Yeah, I know.
Creek,
I got phone calls
and the
from all
south.
kinds of places.
From everywhere. You
Well,
know,
do you know this guy? I go,
This
yeah.
guy. Do you really know this guy? Yeah.
Is he working?
So, I was really surprised. I thought they were all going to come tonight. I told them it was free. So, you know how all the other wine parties are and stuff. But anyway, I digress. We had the opportunity to taste a lot of really good new 2012 wines, and they're just doing fantastic.
If
They
you guys,
really are.
if you guys do not end up liking the 12, do not watch this show again. You're not allowed to. Come on, there's no way. And if you make this is for you winemakers out there. If you make a bad 2012, shame on you.
Shame on you.
You need to give it up, dude. That was not that freaking. I could have made a 12. Actually, I did. Actually, I made a 12 sparkling.
I had a glass of Welch's grape juice from 2012, and it was delicious. Okay?
So anything's possible. Oh
No,
my gosh.
but there's some interesting wines, and so
Well, 13. I had to
please,
say I tasted
come
that.
and taste ours.
That rosé of 13. Cool beyond cool. If we do the Sunday gig,
Yeah.
we'll start over there.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, that was. I mean, it was. You could tell right away. Rosé, as you guys may or may not know, I'll just tell you. Rosé, basically, all you're doing is you're pulling the skins off early. So this was a Malbec, which is a pretty tannic wine, a pretty inky color, dark color wine, and they pulled it pretty early. Pulled that off. And they do it dry. They don't do it sweet. I mean, very few are producing them sweet. But you can get enough of the structure to tell that was a very cool wine. And the Malbec that it came from, we tasted was pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, bravo. That was very nice. So 13 is gonna be as good. And I'll tell you right now, unless we get something goofy going on, we're heading for another really fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, it all comes down to the way it works. Is it comes down. The summertime's pretty predictable. We can run that, and no big deal. We can adjust. It's September and October is where you worry, because if you get rains early, then it forces you to make a decision on picking,
Right.
and now your sugar levels are not high enough, so you're going, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? And
Need more sun.
Well, and then you're going, oh, I have mold, and then I can't do sulfur because you're gonna have that in your wine, and it's just a mess. But unless you have that, I think you got another one. And if it's gonna stay hot, you know, it's pretty hot out there. We're gonna get a hot summer. Wow, that could be, you know, I mean, global warming is here. So,
Yeah.
according to the
Yeah, the ice
experts.
caps are melting.
I saw the polar bears. They were laying in the sun the other day with a Coke
I know.
in their hand.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the Coca-Cola thing.
They say that the ocean levels are going to rise 6 feet within the next 200 years.
200 years. I saw that in the
My
paper.
God, I can't wait to see
I am
that.
so lucky. It's only 200 years. I don't have to worry about it for 200 years.
200 years.
What the heck kind of wine am I going to have with
The
200 years?
dinosaurs
from
will be back by then, you know. We'll be hit by an asteroid and it'll look cold,
Yeah,
and then we get
so,
dark
wow.
cold stuff. Just don't worry about it, but that
Yeah.
is really tasting very
now?
good.
It is pouring good. Now, again, this
What
is
happened to those strawberries?
I don't know. She went to like the strawberry farm. They were in the fridge. Weren't they ready to go? Is she melting chocolate to make dip chocolate?
She's probably on the phone with Russ.
Oh, she's going. She stopped and was visiting for a while. Have Andrew help you.
Did you call Andrew Andrea right now?
Huh?
Andrew.
Did you just call Andrew Andrea?
No. I said and
You said Andrew.
have
And have
Andrew.
Andrew.
And
Andrew,
I just
help.
slur my words when I drink wine. So
Start
it's
calling you
not a big
Andrew.
deal.
Just said that.
Also, the other thing is, this is 2006. For those of you that are collectors, have wine in your whatever, in your little cave or whatever you have. If you've got some 2006 and you want to know what's going on, I can tell you right now, it's rocking and rolling. I'm digging the sixes, and we have been, well, since last year at the lobster lunch, we've been tasting through these sixes, and they are fantastic. So the problem with 6 was 7 was really great, and 9 was phenomenal, and everybody looked past the 6. 6 has been aging really nice, and they're pouring really well, this is a great example. So,
Okay.
oh, I hear Nita.
Well, these are large, so I cut them in half and they kind of fell apart, so.
Okay, so we have chocolate, I have to get some more wine. We have chocolate covered strawberries falling apart that could be something that you would pair this up with. Oh, that's pouring really good.
Pretty good.
I'm way okay with that. So come on over here, Nita, and let me just get a shot of this. Then you can
running out.
serve
We're down to 3 minutes. So.
Yeah, we're down to a little bit here. Oh wow, that naked
I
took
know.
the whole. That's a naked. It was a naked strawberry. Let me have grab a napkin from you, honey, and then we're. So those of you that are watching from home and drooling, we do this every day. You know.
Every day.
Oh. All right, let me show how it works with the. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. What you about? Yeah.
Oh.
No, what in the heck is wrong with that? Wow, that is fabulous.
We're not in Idaho anymore.
Yeah, we're sure not. They're not doing that in Kansas, I can tell you that. Wow.
Well,
Chocolate separately.
Sorry.
I think people really like watching us eat.
Not really.
yeah.
Oh.
I had the opportunity the other day. I
That's
won't
really
tell you
good.
the winemaker, but I actually got to taste a 97 Chardonnay out of a 6-liter bottle that was just tasting absolutely incredible. I mean, so smooth and silky and bright and
Wow.
just wow.
Well, you know, I played.
It's one of those things you have to do in the wine country.
I played golf with my son Kevin last week on Wednesday, and we stopped at Chateau Montelena, and they had a 1990 Cabernet Sauvignon that we tasted that just rocked the house. Oh my God, that was really good. And then they also had a 1990, and they had a 1997 Chardonnay. Killer,
Yeah, that's
killer. What a great example
I think-
of an old Chardonnay. It wasn't bricky. It wasn't turning brown. It was fantastic. Now, it was in a Magnum, but that's still
Sure.
not.
That's what this
Pretty
was.
large format. Yeah,
Still,
that's
but-
a 6-liter bottles, you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, you know, your 6-liter bottles are going to age
When you
much
do
nicer,
it when you
so.
do it right, baby Lou.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So I have that chocolate still in my mouth. Let me taste this.
Oh man, we're 39 minutes, seconds over. So
Oh, that worked. That worked.
Didn't it
No problem. No. Anybody have a problem with that? No.
Hot chocolate and
So-
that's good together.
Perfect example. Don't worry if you've got the big boy and you gave up your big steak and you put it with the Merlot. Don't worry about it. Bring out some chocolate and pair it up with a big old wine like this. You'll be very happy. And you have a little juice in you. You'll be okay. What are you gonna know about wine at that point? But I think that's a great example, and
Delicious with that.
that's fantastic with this.
yes,
Love it. I want to thank all of you guys for hanging out. We got some great group here hanging out with us, having a fantastic time. And I want to thank Karina and, of course, Nita for making sure that we know what we're doing. And Karina's doing all the social media stuff and all of that. I want to thank Brian for bringing that umbrella drink to get us started. Important that we do that.
That's right.
And our fans that watch every week, and our bloggers from all over the country. And sorry about your crappy ass weather, dude. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I bought
nice.
I
here.
bought 2 rafts to go in my pool today. I mean, really, I did. I was out, I was filling it up, you know, with the thing, the pump thing. You turn it on and go, and I sat there and I'm going, I'm thinking like this must be July. I'm sweating like a cow. It was unbelievably hot. It was really warm.
Did you jump in?
I didn't. I was going to do a selfie thing. But I was trying to figure out how could I do a selfie and actually jump in the water, and I couldn't. And then I got busy, and I go, oh, I can't. I gotta stay straight here. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. And
Get your tickets. Come to Alexander Valley.
yeah, and next month I've got John Banbury coming in on the first Tuesday of the month, and we are gonna rock and roll. So come down here and hang out with us. What's that?
Pick up party.
And pickup party is on Saturday. Would you get in here and pick up your wine? We love you. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is where you discover wine one sip at a time here at Cellars of Sonoma. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye for now. We'll see you next week.